So, who is Mark Simon over here? He was a CIA asset who became a CIA liability. So, Mark Simon over here used to work for Jimmy Lai, the owner of Next Generation Media or Apple Daily in Hong Kong, and there's an arrest warrant out for Mike Simon from Hong Kong and China for colluding with foreign forces and doing fake news. This guy's was a CIA asset, but now he's basically a liability because he's exposed. He's no longer able to do his job undercover, so now he's just a liability, and he's trying so hard over here on Twitter to do fake news about China. And when people like myself and a whole bunch of other people refute his fake news claims about China and Hong Kong, he tries so hard to convince people like us who know what we're talking about and actually live in China or have experience with China. And a lot of people in Western countries also reply to him, and people just don't believe this BS from this CIA shill. He used to be a CIA asset, but now he's just a liability and trying so hard to stay relevant. So this guy who works in media, he only has 2,000 followers on Twitter. That's just sad, and he's just trying so hard right now. And even when I do a simple reply on to one of his nonsense tweets on Twitter, like saying how he should whine for the United States, his own country that he currently lives in and is a citizen of, that how USA has daily gun violence at schools and public places like Walmart. He just replies saying, people are leaving China, but that's fake news. International students are no longer welcome to stay in the UK after their studies, and even for the last 10 years, international students from China who go to Canada, USA, they have been leaving Canada, USA, because they can't stay in those countries because they can't find a job, and it's just a total lack of opportunities. And if you're not gainfully employed, you cannot get your visa renewal that can lead to permanent residence and eventual citizenship. Opportunities are just very limited in Western countries, and most people, they want to go back to China and look for opportunity and do whatever they're gonna do. Western countries just discriminate against people, claiming, for example, you don't have enough Canadian experience, so we won't hire you. That's just racist. But I could just go on and on for this. And you know what? The number of international students going to Western countries now are on the decline because people find out now how post-secondary education for most people are useless, and it's a money-making business for them and no value. You don't really learn much. It doesn't prepare you for the real world or to get a job. It's just an academic brain exercise, and I have experience with this, so I know what I'm talking about, and I know how all these people think and feel. The West, these people like Mark Simon here and other people who have the same way of thinking, they're living in the past. Yes, the West was better in 1970s, probably up to 1990s and or even early 2000s, but now the whole world's just flipped upside down. When you have excessive inflation, excessive taxation, and daily shootings at schools and supermarkets and in malls, that's a failed state. The government is failing and nothing gets done for the average citizen. Things just move. Just look at what happened in Canada. A 36-year-old man who's the dad of a 3-year-old girl got stabbed to death in Vancouver, Canada, and all these random stranger attacks continue to happen all across Canada, like Vancouver, Toronto, where people get pushed on the subway, metro, train tracks and die. And what has the government done? It's been like this has been ongoing problem for the last 2 years, and this 36-year-old dad died like a month ago in downtown Vancouver. What has Justin Trudeau and other politicians in Canada at all levels of government said or done? Nothing gets done. It just gets treated as another statistic.